Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Gem Drafter Sunday Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and I will read it on the podcast. We got Payson, we got a sleeveless Payson tonight with myself, Newt,
Sun's out,
and
guns out.
we're doing a best ball draft again. We're doing the Best Ball Mania $25 tournament on Underdog. Payson has the second pick, and I have the fourth pick, and we are about to get started here. Uh, so Jonathan Taylor went pick one.
Going CMC, pick two.
Understandable. A lot of upside there. Looks like I'm going to be choosing between Cup and Chase, probably. I usually go running back first, but I just don't think any of these other running backs are worthy of taking over those two wide receivers, or Jefferson. Gonna get a fresh crack here. Cup, dang it.
So there you go. Jefferson or Chase? Where are you going? You going Jefferson?
It's tough. I mean, there's a good volume argument for Jefferson over Chase because of T. Higgins and all the other weapons there. Oh shoot, I gotta add my Q here just in case. But with 7 seconds left, oh man, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let. I have Jefferson first in my queue. I'm just gonna let it auto draft me Jefferson. I I think from a target share perspective, Jefferson is probably more likely to be higher than Chase just because of all the weapons and mouths to feed in Cincinnati. So then Chase went the very next pick, followed by Najee and Stephon Diggs. You know, if Najee hadn't had that recent report of them switching up his workload, I might have thought about Najee because I just like locking up running backs right away in redraft leagues. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I like. I don't know. I think you got to go wide receiver for the first three wide receivers versus running back. Feels like Najee versus Cook versus Eckler and Henry. Like those are like a tier below Jefferson, Chase to me.
Yeah. Like Jefferson and Chase are 20 points per game with the upside of 35, 40 points per game. I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So we got a little while before it gets back to us here, but tailing out the end of the first round for the listening folk, it was pick 7, Stephon Diggs, and then Cook at 8, Eckler, Travis Kelsey, Derrick Henry, and we're on the 1-2 turn now, and he went Adams and Joe Mixon, which is pretty solid. So I was gonna bring up some dynasty talk here. I sent a couple. Oh, you know what? Before I get too far ahead of myself, this draft is getting quick here, so I should probably look at my queue and make sure I'm not screwing this draft up. Um, so after Joe Mixon, CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift. So Tyreek Hill's still on the board here. Actually, just went off the board after Debo. What do you think of the Tyreek Hill comments today? You see that?
I don't know. It feels like he's just like building up his current quarterback. Like that doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
But
it feels
yeah,
stupid.
he said that Tua is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. Kind of feels like whatever right now.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think I am gonna go. Oh man, so I'm on the clock right now. I think I got to go say goat.
Say good
Saquon Barkley.
over Alvin Kamara.
I think Kamara's gonna get suspended.
I think so too. So I don't know. I probably would have gone Higgins, but
He
I
was on.
I get it. I get it. Oh, it's me.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
So now here I am staring at the same guy, Alvin Kamara. I also think he's going to get suspended, but if he doesn't, this feels like a great pick.
Mm. I'm gonna hold back on mentioning names until your next pick is done.
We're like way too close together. Feels
Yeah.
like
Oh dang, that was the guy, Javante. He wasn't making it back to me anyway. I was gonna say
yeah.
Kamara over Javante. I think with the upgrade at QB and Russell Wilson, I probably would have gone Javante there. Good pick. He just took T. Higgins. So your team now
Yep.
is CMC, Kamara, T. Higgins, and I'm on the clock. Goodness gracious. I think I am going to probably reach a little bit with this pick here, but I think I'm gonna go Pitts because I don't like who my options were at wide receiver and running back. I was thinking maybe James Conner, maybe Brees Hall. But I'm just gonna get that early tight end out of the way. And I should probably check my bye weeks while I'm at it. Just to have them in my
Yeah.
mind.
I think that's a good pivot point and something that like people aren't thinking about right now. Because you get to like Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, Jalen Waddle. It's like, well, strategically, like those aren't difference makers anymore. Like that's not the same as drafting Jamar Chase. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a big gap.
Or Kyle Pitts in a breakout year when he finally gets some touchdown regression, positive regression, I should say. You know, like what if Pitts has 8, 9, 10 touchdowns this year?
Yeah. Yeah. You go from 0 to 10. It's a big gap.
Well, he had 1.
Oh, he had one? I thought he
Yes.
had 0. Yeah. There you go.
Because I saw an argument on Twitter that was hilarious. It was like some guy arguing prime Delaney Walker over Pitts. And then the guy was like, "Oh, look at all these seasons where Delaney Walker had trash uh, yardage, and Pitts is at 1,000 yards in his first season." And then the guy was like, "Yeah, but look at the touchdowns." And then the guy was like, "Yeah, Delaney Walker had 0 3 years. Pitts has never had 0."
Never
I
0.
don't know if I told you that or if I told that to Corey. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But I quick wanted to give a shout out to Go Rays 39 commented on YouTube. Hi there. Do you provide any mock drafts for a standard league? Why yes, we do. A best ball draft, which is better than a mock draft. And it happens to be a standard format that we're doing right now. So hopefully you're
Yeah.
tuning in.
No superflex here. Single QB, 2 RB, 3 running back, or 3 wide receiver.
Goodness, still a lot of running backs that I like on the board, but watch, they're all going to go right now. Did you see that Josh Jacobs was not on the field at OTAs?
I had not seen that. Feels like to me it doesn't really matter. Like Jacob is not like a target for me. He's like, I don't know, a traditional dead zone type RB to me. Easily gets losing target share to Adams and Waller and Renfro. So it feels like, I don't know, Jacobs just wouldn't be somebody I'm going after. What about
Same.
you?
No, yeah, he's. I mean, I think it's going to be a split backfield between Jacobs, Drake, and Zamir getting a little bit of work in there his rookie year, and then, like you said, the target share basically evaporating with all those weapons in the passing game now, and then they just re-signed Renfro to a nice deal, so yeah, I'm off Josh Jacobs, and I don't think he's going to be on the team next year. Wow. So my guy made it to me here. I'm taking Brees Hall with my 4th pick.
Well,
RB2 behind
there
Saquon.
goes my cue.
Hey, you still got J.K. Dobbins out there.
Feels a little early to go Dobbins here. Shit.
So I sent TJ a couple offers I'll talk about after you talk about your pick. Yeah, it's 5 seconds.
Well, I think I was too slow. Guess I auto drafted. Who did I get?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Ah, terrible. Great. So if I was gonna actually make a pick, I was thinking Lamar Jackson. It felt too early for Lamar Jackson. Part of my struggle. So I guess the the comment for me there is end of the fourth round feels a little rough. Feels like those are mostly fifth round picks, and then you're kind of reaching on everybody you're potentially picking.
Yeah, it's like the wide receivers are kind of gross with Allen Robinson. Oh, you're on the clock, bro.
Oh, double auto. Perfect.
George Kittle, that's not a bad pick in the 5th round. Locked down
Okay,
that
well, so that would have been my pick at the time. So that's okay. We'll accept that.
So I'm back on the clock here, 4th pick in the 5th round, and I think I'm going Joe Cool here, which makes me feel sad that I didn't take Jamar Chase over Justin Jefferson because we are playing this big tournament where week 17 really matters. And Minnesota plays the Packers in week 17, so I should have kept that in the back of my mind when I was thinking about drafting Chase or Jefferson. Shoot. Oh, I got auto drafted. I was actually thinking about taking Kyler Murray because the Cardinals play the Falcons in week 17. So I was thinking about going Kyler over Joe Burrow, but so now I have my main QB and main tight end locked down, so I don't really have to worry about that. So these middle rounds, I can really start scraping up wide receivers here because I only have one, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that feels right. I think I don't know, unstacked Joe Burrow is probably going to be like a rarity in this tournament. So maybe that helps you. You know, like a T Higgins versus Chase. Maybe they're both getting overdrafted. Like if they're both more like fourth to fifth round picks, Joe Burrow should still like outperform ADP, but neither of those are actually values.
It would be interesting to see the like ratios of the Burrow Higgins stacks, Burrow Chase stacks, Burrow Boyd, Burrow Hurst, or like in
Yeah,
multiple, and then Burrow alone. That'd be interesting to see.
yeah.
Um, so before it gets back to me here, I wanted to mention. So I sent TJ a couple offers while I was waiting for you to get on. One of them in the Goats League, it was a soft offer. I sent him Mostert, Jared Goff, and so we're talking dynasty now. Mostert, Jared Goff, DJ Moore, and a 23-second for Aaron Rodgers, Joe Mixon, and Brandon Cooks. Rejected. Or wait, no, it's still pending. He didn't do anything about that one yet.
Not rejected yet. We still got a chance.
And then in the Heroes and Villains, another 14-team league, I sent him Andrews and DJ Moore for Pitts and Sutton. But he rejected that one. And then he countered with Bridgewater and Sutton for DJ Moore. I was like, get out of here with your Bridgewater hype, dude. Highest paid backup in the league.
I don't even know where is Bridgewater right now? Like, does he matter? No?
Miami. No, he doesn't matter. He's gonna get overtaken
Yeah.
by Skylar Thompson.
There we go. Let's get a Kansas State Wildcat.
Speaking of TJ trades, I saw you said you wanted the Clyde Edwards-Helaire side in that trade I did with them. I don't know. I just been having feelings about Dylan lately. Like, man, I'm gonna miss out on the Aaron Jones like injury, and then Dylan's just gonna take over and be an animal because they have all young wide receivers.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if Aaron Jones had left, like, I get it. But because Aaron Jones is still there, like, I can't pay
Mm.
up for Dylan yet.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, once Aaron Jones is not there, like, the pay up for Dylan's not gonna be a forgotten running back in a 23 second. It's gonna be like 2 firsts.
Yeah, could get very expensive very quickly.
So I am back on the clock, and gosh, this guy is just growing on me. I did not like him at first, but it just seems like if Ritter is going to take over, that he's just going to throw it up to his guy. So I'm taking Drake London in the 6th round as my wide receiver too.
Well,
If-
I do not like driving close to you because Drake London was also at the top of my queue.
No, I
Now
just
I
realized.
don't know.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I don't know what to do right now. So I think I gotta go Josh Jacobs here. I hate Josh Jacobs, but here I am,
I'd rather have Eli
drafted
Mitchell.
him. You'd rather have Eli Mitchell over Josh Jacobs.
Or I would have like taken Russell right there. Maybe you're taking Russell here. I don't know.
They are picking way too fast at the turn here. I am not prepared. I think I'm
Ellen's
probably
the
going
zone.
Traylon Burks. Yeah,
Over
probably.
TJ Hawkinson. Oh, you got Kittle already. Forgot.
Yeah,
Auto Kittle.
yeah. Traylon Burks for me.
Not
So
that
part of
going.
that is like I have four RBs. Feels like I can't afford to go early or early-ish QB. So going wide receiver because I only have one in D Higgins right now.
Oh, goodness gracious. I think I got to take Elijah Mitchell right here. He's top of my queue. I'm going to let it roll. Gosh, yeah, I can't take any of these wide receivers over him. Oh, I'm not up yet. Oh, yeah, I am. Never mind. Glitched out.
It's
So I got
over.
Eli
It
Mitchell as my
happened.
third running back. Oh, hopefully the bye weeks. Dang it, I got 2 week 9 bye week running backs. I might have to go a little bit more running back heavy in this draft.
So that brings up like an interesting dynasty comparison, like Elijah Elijah Mitchell versus AJ Dillon. Where are you at?
I think that is so tough because AJ Dillon has much better draft capital being drafted in the 2nd round. So, man, I think it's pretty even to me. That's a really hard choice. Like, if I'm a win now team that's really strong this year, I probably want Mitchell. And if I'm a rebuilding team, I probably want AJ Dillon because I think the upside's greater with AJ Dillon as like a long term. And I think AJ Dillon's a year younger than Elijah Mitchell, even though I think they came out the same year. Or AJ
So
Dillon might have been the year
are you
before.
more interested in AJ Dillon because of 2023? Like Aaron Jones isn't going to be there type pick?
Yeah, that and like I'm just worried that they're gonna push Aaron Jones' workload to the limit this year with Adams being gone. And I'm not sure that he's gonna be able to withstand the workload.
So it gets split up a little bit more in 2022 versus what it's been in the past. Yeah, I don't know. I could see AJ Dillon being like almost a goal line back, and then you end up with like a I don't know 10 for 40 type line most weeks.
Yeah, that would suck. Unless he has 2
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah.
So we are into the 8th round now. My team is Joe Cool, Burrow, Saquon, Brees Hall, and same bye week as Saquon, Elijah Mitchell. And then I have Justin Jefferson, and then I have the whole Atlanta offense in Drake London and Kyle Pitts.
So yeah, how do you feel about Drake London and Kyle Pitts on the same team?
I think since we're playing this format, I'm gonna have to figure out if I want to take a shot on those QBs and just stack that up. And the dangerous thing about mentioning that right now is that if I wait too long and if I try to wait on a swing pick, you could possibly screw me.
Yeah. Not going to screw you on Marcus Mariota
Atlanta quarterbacks. Okay, good.
and Ritter. Yeah, you could feel pretty safe here.
Excellent. Man, I'm coming up in the 8th round.
Ooh, I know you're taking here.
Yeah, you know. What's the I can't I don't know if I can take him here because of the bye week.
Oh, well, if you don't take him, I'm taking him. So
Oh, I
there
gotta
you
do it.
go.
Taking Chris Olave.
There you go.
Screw it. Got 2 running backs with the thing is, like, that's not gonna cripple me unless I keep stacking those bye weeks up in the same so I just gotta keep an eye on it even closer now and make sure that I am avoiding that going forward here. Um, yeah, the running back is getting very, very thin. So I'm actually glad I took Eli Mitchell 2 picks ago. So you just went Lockett. That was a good pick. If they get
So
him the
I
ball.
went Lockett, thinking about like Matthew Stafford versus another wide receiver. I'm unstacked right now, so I feel like I gotta go another wide receiver. So I'm going Garrett Wilson here.
It's another good pick. So I am back on the clock, and it's a tough choice here. Let me just look at the. Sometimes it's nice and makes you feel better to look at the big board of overall players, and then you can kind of make your decision like, oh, okay, like the second or third guy down in my queue, I don't need to take him right now because he's most likely going to make it back to me. So I'm going to go James Cook here. Different bye week than Saquon Barkley and Elijah Mitchell, and should see some nice PPR production.
So how do you feel about James Cook versus oh geez, forgot his name now. Just gonna
Chase
pull up the
Edmonds.
queue. Devin Singletary.
I like Singletary a lot as a talent. I was really hyped on him coming out of FIU. I think that's where he went. Um, Dude seems like for his size, he can really break tackles and he's got a lot of skills, but I think James Cook's probably a better pass catcher. Taller. That's the main problem with Singletary. He's just too small to really like sustain anything in the NFL, in my opinion. It sucks. It is what it is, but I think Cook's gonna pretty much take over there.
So the one thing I'd say about that, like Singletary's too small, but James Cook, what, 200 pounds, also feels too small.
Yeah. What was the thing I saw? How heavy is Dalvin? Look it up.
I don't know. 210?
Yeah, so like uh that's an interesting thought. Like James Cook is like not the same kind of runner as Dalvin, obviously. You know, he's not as physical as Dalvin, and he's an inch taller. I think he's like exactly the same burst, pretty much, and then he's 10 pounds lighter. So it kind of fits what everyone's kind of that box that everyone's kind of putting him into of being just a pretty much a pass catching running back. Like Gosh, who am I trying to think of right now? Like, I want to say he's like going to be a taller James White.
Yeah. I feel like that's fine, but I don't know. White feels like a pick that's, I don't know, 20, 40 picks from now. More
Well,
of
I mean,
a
prime James
14th
White.
round. What'd
I
you
wasn't
say?
comparing. I wasn't comparing James Cook to the James White of today, and it's funny that we all have the same name. Uh,
Yeah.
Speaking for myself, and I am back on the clock here, and let's just check the big board real quick to see what's going on with these players. And so, I just feel like these rookie wide receivers are such good value, but I've been going so heavy on rookie wide receivers that I got to lock down. I know I was worried about the bye weeks, but I'm going to draft more wide receivers than running backs. So I'm taking Jarvis here, locking down some New Orleans production.
So then with Olave and Jarvis, feels like you gotta be going after oh shoot,
Taysom
my
Hill.
pick. Yeah, Taysom Hill as the QB. Yeah, feels like that's the right
So
pick.
that's a game for this type of league where it's a week 17, for $1 million. Uh, Saints are playing Philly that week. And like with the added weapons in Philadelphia, added weapons in New Orleans, that could be a high flyer in week 17.
So I just played a little ADP game. I have Jameson Williams over uh, Taj, Tyler Boyd.
Taj Boyd.
Yeah, I feel like there was a Taj Boyd. Was that like a
He
QB
was a
for
quarterback at Clemson
Clemson?
that got overtaken by T-Law.
Yeah, there you go. I like Jameson Williams more, but took Tyler Boyd for first, thinking about the two picks in between, and was able to get Jameson Williams on the way back.
The running backs are disgusting right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I do not know what to do here.
Well, don't screw up.
I will not. Haha.
I
Uh,
will screw up.
I think. Oh no! I don't want to do that. Please. Okay. I'm taking DJ Chark. I think with Jameson possibly missing the start of the season, DJ Chark's a solid wide receiver 4 for my team. Well, wide receiver 5. And the main thing is he doesn't have a week 14 bye week, which 3 of my wide receivers have.
The main thing. Yeah. So I'm wondering about like Chark versus Jameson Williams, where you're at there. It feels like
In
Jameson
redraft,
Williams has had some like in redraft some negative news recently. He might be on the pup. I don't know. I feel like he's not going to be on the pup, but I don't know if I'm just projecting that, being a hopeful Lions fan.
no, I mean, he might be on the preseason pup, but he might be okay for the regular season, but then start slow. Like they might get him off so that he doesn't have to miss the 6 games, but he might not start like crazy. And I think that Chark and Williams can coexist. And that's why I'm excited about, Goff as a cheap quarterback in Dynasty. Like, look at all the weapons there now. If they can put it together and stay on the field, and I know that's always the caveat, but it's pretty exciting. I mean, you got to admit, as a half Lions fan, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to like contain my enthusiasm. Feels like if Goff can just throw like a 5 yard out, then the Lions are pretty good next year.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
need to throw like a 30 yard like go route, just a 5 yard out. Come on.
They have like the tried and true across the middle of the field guys locked in, Amon Ra and TJ Hawkinson. And then they have the burners and Chark and Williams, and they have a home run hitting running back with another like solid running back behind him. It's tantalizing, man. It is tantalizing. I just don't know what to do here. Like, I feel like I want to take another quarterback, but or a tight end, but tight ends are kind of ugh. And like the
Ugh.
upside one that I want to take is same bye week as Kyle Pitts, Cole Kmet. So I'm like getting screwed by week 14 right now. I mean, maybe I can just afford to bomb week 14. Screw it.
Yeah, can you take a 0 in week 14 and still win this tournament? I don't know. I'd probably say not because I'm in the same league as you, so you can't just give up any points to me. But good luck.
So I'm gonna go. So I have 4 running backs and 5 wide receivers. I'm gonna take Pickens here because there's been a lot of hype around Pickens, and he's a different bye week than week 14. Might have been a little bit of a reach, but I like him.
Which means it's immediately my turn. So I'm gonna do a little ADP game again. I'm going Justin Fields first and hoping that Cole Kmet comes back to me.
Spiller, he made it.
He did make it. So then I get the stack with Justin Fields and Cole Kmet.
And I'm 1 pick away. That's a nice stack you got going there. And then David Njoku just went right in front of me. Ooh. So, I don't know what to do here. And I have nobody in my queue. It's like I want to take another running back, but all the running backs are junk. So I think I got to go upside here with Tua. I got to get Tua.
Yeah, Tua felt like a pretty good pick there. The only issue is he's unstacked for you. Trying to win a tournament. Can you do
Yeah.
that with a lack of a stack?
Yeah, I know. It was such a tough decision to make, but like that him and Burrow are gonna trade off for me on peak weeks with all the weapons that both of them have. So it's just hard to, am I going Tua or am I taking Tyler Algier or am I taking, Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel, Will Fuller, who still doesn't have a team.
Yeah.
And look, I started a QB run: Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Deshaun Watson, which is a weird pick.
Yep. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. I've got a couple
You're not
guys I want to come back to me, but being ahead of me kind of makes it difficult to talk about. But for the good of the podcast, Albert O and David Bell feel like screaming values to me right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're not even close to up. What are you talking about? But I get it now.
Yeah, they probably
Uh,
won't make it anyway.
so at this point, we're kind of like gold mining here for we're kind of mining for gold here. Or gems,
Yeah,
I
I
should
guess
say. Gems. We're
so.
mining for gems. Gold.
We're mining for gems. Perfect. Way to bring in the gem drafter tagline. So for you, you've already drafted 2 QBs. You have 2 Saints right now. How do you feel about Jameis Winston?
Yeah, that's the thing is like I got to make a decision here on whether I'm going to. I mean, the decision might be made for me before it gets to me. And I'm guessing it could be if I look at the big board here. He's 6th on it. So he might not even make it to me, but yeah, I got a big decision between do I go the Saint stack or do I just keep going positional players and tight end until basically like the end of the draft and just take my shot on one or both of the Atlanta quarterbacks late as my like 3rd and 4th QB. And then I have that Atlanta QB Pitts London stack.
Yeah, so you're kind of stacked right now on teams that you don't have the QB for with Atlanta and New Orleans. Like, that's not even terrible because those are kind of uncertain QB situations. So it kind of feels like if the QB situation falters a little bit, you can still produce points even if the QB rotates. You might be
Yeah,
in
and
a
it's
better
like
spot.
I have 2 good QBs also.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he made it. What do I do?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna pass on the Atlanta carousel and just take Jameis here and be done with the QB position for the draft. So I got 3 high upside week to week QBs on my roster, and they're all different bye weeks, and I'm done with QB. And actually, they all have good week 17 matchups, I think, except for Miami's playing New England, so that's not a good matchup.
So I'm very excited that David Bell made it back to me. It feels like so it went David Bell, Curtis Samuel, Wandale Robinson. Feels like to me David Bell is a huge upgrade versus those two.
Yeah, unless like Wandale's like a Tyreek light or somehow, some way.
Oh, I might have been too late. I think the guy in the one spot is
Oh, you got
auto
Tannehill.
drafting. Okay, good. So that was in time.
Oh, 'cause you have
Thinking
Burks.
there, I got Treylon Burks trying to just keep the stacks going. So was able to sneak that in time.
So I am up on the clock here, and it's all pretty much trash at this point for the positions. But I'm gonna draft Hurst at tight end. Felt a little bit
Yeah.
of a reach, but I'm stacking him with Burrow, and I think my other guy is gonna come back to me, hopefully.
Yeah, so that's a good kind of warning for everybody to like you get to round 15 and then it's pretty much get your guy because the quality level drops pretty substantially.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it drops even a couple rounds before that. Like
Yeah.
this was kind of a weird draft where like some good QBs made it to the 13th, 14th round. But maybe I just haven't done one in long enough time that I'm not used to that. So we had an interesting comment 8 days ago on the Dynasty Value Discussion, which is like an older podcast. It was someone named Boyle, and he put a downtrodden emoji face and then some weird characters that spell a word that I have no clue what it is. It says
From a different country?
yeah, he must be PRO and then an M with like on the right side of the M, it's got like a J like swoop down and a little thing, and then O with a weird looking S with a weird little hook hanging off the bottom of the S, and then another one of those MJs. So shout out Boyle. Leave a review, please.
A shout out to the guy that we don't understand. If you are more clear on what you're trying to say, we might respond to you.
So calling back to my TJ conversation where we were talking, he countered me with Bridgewater and Sutton for DJ Moore. I declined it, and then I said trying to dump Teddy after Tyreek said Tua's more accurate than Mahomes, LOL. And he said highest paid backup in the league, priority handcuffed, and I said nah, Trubisky is the highest paid backup in the league.
It's good. It's Rich, probably right.
But then
And then right after the truth, then I think you got to say like Mariota is the highest paid backup, right? Because Desmond Ritter to the
yeah.
moon.
Well, I mean, so do you want to know what his counter was? It was Teddy Bridgewater got 6.5 million guaranteed. Trubisky only got 5.2.
Oh, it's all about the guaranteed money. I don't know. Like, the idea of cutting a QB in year one is kind of nuts. So I think they're probably guaranteed the money they get this year.
Yeah. I mean, how much? I mean, yeah, he's making like 10 million next year. Like, didn't Flacco make like 18 million to sit on the bench for the Broncos or something? So my boy Zamir made it back to me. That's an easy pick in the 16th round.
Dun dun dun. I'm thinking QB here, hoping for Jared Goff. We'll see if the guy ahead of me takes him.
Oh, I forgot your first QB was Fields. I was thinking that you took a QB before that.
Yeah, first QB was Fields, so that feels like a 3 QB build as opposed to 2. There we go. We get Jared Goff. We are happy with our Jamison Williams, Jared Goff stack.
And you're back up
I'm
right
done at
away.
QB, done
Auto
at
draft.
tight end, probably done at running back too. I think I got to do this one to you. This feels right.
And taking Metch boy, aren't you?
I am taking Mechie. Feels like the right choice.
I had completely forgot about him until this very moment, and I was staring his name down. I was like, "Oh no, Casey Hayward."
Oh no! It's funny to draft, just a guy, but when you're drafting just a guy and you can kind of like put some pain on somebody else who thinks he's not just a guy, feels good.
He's not just a guy. Oh my goodness, I got 10 seconds and I have no clue what I'm gonna do here. Oh, I'm going the Ultra ATL stack here.
Just leaning in without the QB.
There's nobody else. There's nobody else left right now. Like what is there? Am I gonna take a shot on Julio Jones? Am I gonna I guess I could have maybe gone Deonta Foreman in hopes that your guy goes down. CMC. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't ever hope that. I should clarify that. But just
I should clarify. Yeah.
so safe to say any production that comes out of Atlanta is on my team.
Pretty safe to say that. Feels like if your team wins or does well, then Mariota and or Desmond Ritter is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So feels funny to not
Is
draft those.
like with Mariota being like a running quarterback and then Ritter being kind of skinny, do you think there's any chance that it's kind of like a carousel all year with both of them getting banged up and then like one of them coming back and then the other one, so that might be a headache that people aren't anticipating.
Yeah. And that's the kind of like the win scenario for you. It feels like if you think that Mariota starts, I don't know, 8 games this year, then you don't want to draft either of them. And then the weapons could still do well without you needing the quarterback to win this tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to win this tournament. If I take like third, I'll be cool. If I win $500, cool.
But you got to win at least our team of 12 or your league of 12
Yeah, there
before
we go.
you start thinking about getting third overall. Third wouldn't be bad though.
What is that? Like, I think it's like $50,000. And there goes
Yeah.
Mariota, 17th. I should
So
almost just take Ritter here and go 4 QBs just in case, like in the last round here.
Yeah, I think that's part of this tournament's very large. Feels like you gotta get a little weird in order to win.
I feel pretty weird because I have 3 rookie running backs, and three rookie wide receivers.
So I have 5 rookie wide receivers. So I'm a little out there on a limb. Oops.
All right, Peanut Butter's team here. We've run it down. Justin Fields, Ryan Tannehill, Jared Goff, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, Josh Jacobs, T. Higgins, Treylon Burks, Tyler Lockett, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Boyd. A lot of T's. Jamison Williams, David Bell, John Mechie. Oh, but you got all the good rookie wide receivers. And then George Kittle and Cole Kmet.
I think I win, right? Yeah, I win.
No, you're second place.
So a good comment on talking about bye week. So Ryan Tannehill and Jared Goff have the same bye week. So
Well, at least you have a third quarterback, though. That's your main one, right? Hopefully he works
Yeah.
out and doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
I heard he's in a really good situation, and he doesn't try to run that much. I have a really tough decision right here. Like, I don't know what to do here. Do I need a third tight end? Are you taking a third tight end?
I'm only taking a third tight end if there's one specific tight end still left.
Is it Trey McBride?
It is not Trey McBride.
Oh, it's Austin Hooper.
With my stack.
I think I'm just gonna shoot for the moon here and just take Ritter. Screw it. 4 QB build. First ever to do it. It's McBoots.
First ever do it.
So it's said
Kind of
that we had.
surprised at you. Like Laviska Shenault is just chilling out
Yeah,
here, and you.
it was a thought in my head. It was a thought for sure. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. I felt comfortable with that. I feel like the upside of if Ritter gets on the field is nice pick, Laviska. I feel like the upside is greater with a QB, even though I have like gone crazy at QB. I should have not taken Joe Burrow. That's what I should have done in this draft. I should have taken like an Akers or something else. So it says it's completed, but it looks like there's one pick left. So yeah, my team feeling pretty decent about it. Your team's pretty good too.
pretty much better than yours.
Oh, we'll see. We will see. I don't see any other news other than just a little fluff that kind of came out. Oh, I was gonna say this before we close out here. It seems like every Seattle Seahawk is either trash or hurt right now. So Kenny Walker has a hamstring injury now following
no!
following Rashad Penny's cue. And then I think there was another Seattle player that had a hamstring. I'm trying to find it. Dwayne Eskridge, hamstring. So it's like, is Seattle the new Washington? Just bad trainer?
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I'm looking back at the team that I accidentally joined too early. So before our pod started, I auto drafted a team. I ended up with 4 QBs and 1 tight end. So whoops. Pat Freiermuth to the moon. Hopefully he can get me by on the bye week 9. Hopefully that doesn't matter. I guess I don't know. Feels rough.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett will get him the ball. Yeah, what's the whole roster? Run it down. I'm in.
I got like no stacks too. Jalen Hurts, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill. So overdrafting QBs. Austin Eckler, Alvin Kamara. Decided to go with both Elijah Mitchell and Tyrion Davis Price.
Not bad.
And then I thought that probably wasn't enough running backs. So we needed more. We went with Jamal Williams and Raheem Mostert too. So 6 RBs, 4 QBs, little thin on wide receiver, Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, DK Metcalf, your boy Chris Olave, Tim Patrick, Jalen Tolbert, and David Bell. And then we got the single tight end, Pat Freiermuth.
It's other than the tight end being sketch mode, that's not that bad for auto drafting.
Yeah. Maybe Freiermuth is actually Travis Kelce, and we're okay.
That would be insane. I think it's not likely, but it definitely there is a small percentage chance that he's had a multi-touchdown game. He's a solid tight end. It's just a matter of, is someone going to hyper target him, and does he have the work ethic to like level up? So we'll see.
Yeah.
I had another couple. Like I got rejected on Najee. I've tried to trade MVS on that little hype piece or whatever. Najee and MVS for Juju, ETN, and a 23 first. I got rejected on that.
Feels like you should take off the 23 first there. Then you're kind of fair. But I don't know if that's something you would want to do.
No. I think it's a
No.
good, even though Najee is going to get that age 25 tag onto him next year, I think it's still like, with what he did last year, I think it's still a decent drop down of risk, at least. Maybe not talent, but just risk with ETN coming back from the Liz Frank. I think that's too risky for me to just like getting a small upgrade at wide receiver when wide receivers are kind of a dime a dozen. And then in trading camp, I've been testing the waters on Deshaun, because we still don't know what's going to happen with him. I sent your 23 first for Deshaun. So
just the single first?
Yeah, got rejected. But things have heated up quite a bit for Watson. So I mean, I'm not expecting that to get accepted, but if he countered me like 23 first and a 23 second, I'd be like, think about it.
Yeah. Watson's kind of the perfect QB for you in a team where like you're not trying to compete this year. Potentially he gets suspended and then he comes back 23.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not gonna like dwell on it too much, but my whole thing is like, people, just like the whole Tyreek situation, people are already like, oh, he's a piece of shit. Like, and obviously where there's smoke, there's fire. Like 24, accusations of sexual misconduct, which is terrible, but like all the facts are not completely out. So like, I'm gonna reserve like calling him a piece of shit for like when I really know what exactly happened. So
Yeah, and in my view here, like, what are we doing if we're playing a game about a game? So it's fantasy football. Is this an opportunity to like buy low on Deshaun Watson, a player that we think is a potentially top 10 QB? I think we're probably there right now. So toss out your offers and see what happens. Like the whole, is he a piece of shit or not? That doesn't matter. Like we're talking about trying to score fantasy points. Like it's literally called fantasy.
well, my whole thing is like, the same people that are saying they won't roster Deshaun Watson for moral reasons were probably saying the same thing about Tyreek Hill, but now they are rostering Tyreek Hill. And
Yeah, they pivoted pretty quick.
Tyreek Hill was like accused of breaking his son's arm, which was never proven. And so I just, I don't want anyone to get not to get, like I said, I don't want to like get too far into it, but just briefly, I just want to say I don't want anyone to get abused or anything like that in the world. But like, there's still like a court of law where like it's innocent until proven guilty, and it's really not that. It's guilty until proven innocent. But anyway, um,
Yeah,
I like to think of it as innocent until proven guilty.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's right.
so yeah, I like my team way better than yours in that draft. Other than all my stacked bye weeks, so I had mad stacks that led to mad stacked bye weeks. There's no other news right now. It's really slow time. Glad we could get together on this Sunday morning inside of Gem Drafter Studios, right next to each other.
Right
So,
next to each other. You're on the left, I'm on the right. Here we go. Let's
yep.
go.
Shout out to the producers in the booth. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you.
In the booth.
Yeah, yeah. All the stuff you guys do for this podcast. So I think that's all we got for tonight's little best ball draft. Shout out to the YouTube commenter, Go Raise 39. Is better than a mock draft because it was a real draft.
Yeah, there's
Thank
money on the line. We're both probably losing, but there's money on the line, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it more accurate. Any
Yep.
parting words? Any parting words for the fan, the anti-fan, and the third fan?
I think one thing to think about, especially in big best ball tournaments, is that you can get a little weird. Like, it's okay. Like, don't be like, oh, I got to do 2 QBs, 5 RBs, 8 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, whatever it is. Feels like you're not going to get it right. So the odds are you're not going to get it right. So go ahead and get a little risky, get a little frisky, and take a chance. See if you can hit, $1 million.
I like that. And I would say my parting words are I think even though it's scary to take a lot of rookies, like we both did in this draft, and I think they're good value right now. And it's worth taking the shot. Maybe they don't produce week 1, but if they produce 12 out of 7 of the 17 weeks, you're probably going to have a pretty good team in best ball and in dynasty and in redraft. So
Yeah.
I think it's actually a really strong wide receiver class this year. Like the running backs definitely lacking after the top. Like you might even say Kenny Walker is struggling with this hamstring injury now, but I think this class the hate's gone a little bit too far. All right, so we are going to sign off then for Newts, for Payson. Thanks for listening to Gem Drafter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave all the reviews you possibly can. And when I see them, I'll finally read them. They have not come yet, so please, please, I'm begging you. All right. Adios.
Can I get a review, please?